It is a massive week for Nintendo Switch eShop sales, and today I've got a great lineup of deals for you all, covering the US, Canada, UK, EU, and of course Australia. Now, as always, I've got two winners to announce later in the video for two $10 eShop gift cards, and I am giving away two more to enter. Drop a comment down below, it's that simple. Winners, they'll be announced next Saturday. Now, do me a favour, hit that subscribe button, that helps out the channel a huge amount, and let's get into it. Metro Redux is 90% off a new low price, and if you're a fan of atmospheric first-person shooters, this one is an absolute steal. These aren't just action-packed FPS games, they weave in horror, survival mechanics, and a strong narrative, making every moment tense and interesting. What makes this sale particularly great is that you're getting both Metro 2033 and Metro Last Light in one package, and weirdly, the individual games are the same price right now, so it's essentially a 2-for-1 deal. And yes, these are great ports. Now, the games, they're set in a post-apocalyptic Moscow. You play as a survivor raised in the depths of the metro system, with the surface turned into a toxic wasteland with humanity clinging to life underground. But between warring factions and mutant creatures, survival in this world never guaranteed. Now, your journey, it's going to take you from claustrophobic tunnels to the ruins above, where every bullet and gas mask filter counts. This collection then includes all DLC and offers two playstyles: survival mode for a more kind of slow burn horror experience, or Spartan mode, which leans into faster action orientated gameplay. Now, like, if you really want a challenge, then Ranger mode, that removes the HUD and makes every encounter unforgiving. If you've never played Metro, this is the best way to jump in. Two of the finest story-driven shooters out there, running incredibly well on the Switch, and they're packed with 50+ hours of content. Now, I do have a review of the second game, find that linked below. Darkest Dungeon 2 is 33% off a new low price, and while it might not surpass the original, it's still an excellent evolution of the series. What makes it stand out is how it shifts the formula. This time, it's a roguelike road trip, meaning every journey is a high-stakes gamble. They're filled with brutal battles, mounting stress, and the ever-looming threat of failure. It's still tough as nails, of course, as well, and if you're up for the challenge, I think they're well worth checking out. Now, my full review is below, so do give that a watch next. But this time around, you're taking 4 heroes and a stagecoach on a desperate expedition through a world teetering on the brink of apocalypse. Each run can last anywhere from, let's say, 30 minutes to several hours, and while a failure is inevitable, every attempt earns you resources to improve future journeys. And one of the biggest changes then is the affinity system, where your party members can bond or absolutely despise each other, affecting their combat synergy and morale. Keeping them sane then is just as important as keeping them alive. Now, between stops, you'll rest at inns, managing stress and relationships before heading back into the chaos. With its stylized evolution then of the original's art, improved turn-based combat, and the return of Wayne June's iconic narration, Darkest Dungeon 2 is a worthy follow-up that is punishing, tense, and rewarding in all of the right ways. Zombie Trilogy is 85% off and matching the low, and if you're in the mood for some good old-fashioned zombie blasting, this is the one. Now, it retains the brutal X-ray sniper cam from Sniper Elite, where the series originated, and that alone makes for some incredibly satisfying long-range kills. That said, my only gripe is that close-range weapons don't pack quite the same punch, and the game here definitely leans on them more than I'd like. Now, this one, it's a third-person shooter packed with 3 full campaigns, a horde mode, and intense horror action. It's set then in the dying flames of World War II. You're up against an undead legion threatening to consume Europe. Now, you can take it on solo or team up in online or local wireless co-op for 2 to 4 players. The game then delivers a solid horror kind of I guess, action package featuring 15 demon-infested missions, some serious weaponry, and yeah, just tons of different traps and ways to mow down the undead. You'll also get then to customize your carnage, choosing from 8 playable characters, tweaking your loadouts, and adjusting the difficulty to match your playstyle. So yeah, look, with this one, if you're after some co-op chaos with a great sniper system, well worth picking up. Ori and the Blind Forest Definitive Edition is 75% off, and Ori and the Will of the Wisps is 67% off. Now, look, to be transparent, both have been cheaper, but that was 2 years ago. And if you haven't played these yet, they're 2 of the best Metroidvanias on the Switch. What really wins it for me is the movement and the platforming. It just feels incredible. Visually, they are absolutely stunning. Now in Blind Forest, the forest here is dying, and after a powerful storm sets a series of events in motion, Ori must find the courage to confront a dark nemesis and save the land. It's just a beautifully animated action platformer with a fully orchestrated score and a deeply emotional story about love, sacrifice and hope. Then in Will of the Wisps, the sequel takes everything up a notch. Ori embarks on a brand new adventure across an exotic world, facing towering enemies, solving puzzles, and discovering their true destiny. The sequel introduces new spirit weapons, spells, and an all-new shard system to customize Ori's abilities. There's also then a new Spirit Trials mode where you can compete on the leaderboards in speedrun challenges. Great fun, that option. But yeah, both of these games are masterpieces, blending tight platforming with gorgeous visuals and a deeply emotional storyline. If you're into Metroidvanias, they are must-plays, and my reviews are below. A quick shout out then, Mario Day has just passed, which means a whole lot of first-party games are on sale. Now as usual, we've seen nearly all of these prices before, but one standout is Mario vs Donkey Kong at 30% off, a new low price. If you've been eyeing that one, now is a great time to grab it. Otherwise, check out all of the other deals. It's Nintendo, so just head to the front page of the eShop and you'll find pretty much every single one of them there. The Persona collection is 50% off and matching the low price, and if you love story-driven RPGs, it's a must-own. It includes Persona 5 Royal, Persona 4 Golden, and Persona 3 Portable, each packed with incredible turn-based combat, social sim mechanics, and just incredible characters. Now I've reviewed them all, find those videos linked below, along with my Persona ranking video. Now each game in this collection has its own unique kind of flavour, I guess. Persona 5 Royal is the most modern and stylish with its incredible UI, expanded content, and incredible combat. It's definitely the best way to play Persona 5. Persona 4 Golden then might be my personal favourite thanks to its kind of small town murder mystery, incredible cast, and perfect blend of humour and emotion. Persona 3 Portable then takes a darker, kind of more serious tone, introducing turn-based and time-based mechanics and a female protagonist for extra replayability. Now across all three games, you'll balance daily life, build relationships, and dive into supernatural realms, all backed by some of the best soundtracks in gaming. So yeah, whether you're here for deep combat, incredible stories, or just that general Persona vibe, this collection is a fantastic way to experience one of the best RPG series out there. Symphonia then is 20% off a new low price, and if you're into precision platforming, this is a solid pick. Released back in January, it delivers kind of incredible traversal, tight platforming mechanics, but it does have its shortcomings. I will say that the story is fairly forgettable, and for a game centered around a musical theme, the soundtrack doesn't quite hit the right notes. That said though, the core gameplay loop is satisfying, and if you're looking for a beginner-friendly entry into the genre, this one does the trick. Now you'll be playing as a mysterious violinist, resurrected in a decaying world where music acts as a source of life and energy. Your violin and bow, it serves as both an instrument but also a tool for traversal, allowing you to launch yourself across levels with momentum-based movement. As you progress, you'll reactivate ancient machinery and convince musicians to join a new orchestra, breathing life back into this location. Now, each area in Symphonia is handcrafted with distinct visual styles and incredibly strange characters, making exploration a highlight. And again, while the musical element doesn't quite shine, I think the platforming mechanics, the smooth movement system, it definitely carries the experience. So yeah, if you're a fan of games like Celeste or Ori and you've played them, definitely worth checking this one out. Just, I guess, don't expect it to hit those same highs. Arranger, a role puzzling adventure, is 50% off a new low price, and if you love puzzle games with, I guess, RPG elements, can't think of too many off the top of my head, this one's worth a look. What sets it apart is its clever puzzle mechanics, which constantly evolve while still delivering an interesting narrative, something a lot of puzzle games forget. It also flew under the radar at launch, so I'll be linking my video below if you do want that deeper dive. Now you'll be playing as Gemma, a small town misfit on a journey of self-discovery, venturing beyond her home into a world ruled by fear and an eerie kind of static force, I guess. Gameplay though unfolds on a unique interconnected grid where every move shifts the world around you. It creates both chaos and intricate puzzles. There's no XP or inventory management. Instead, everything is handled directly in the world. Now the campaign, nicely sized with optional challenges and assist options so you can tailor that difficulty to your liking. And with art then from the artist behind Braid and a kind of fresh take on RPGs, I think it's a hidden gem that deserves more attention. Samba de Amigo Party Central Digital Deluxe Edition is 75% off at a new low price, and I really like this edition because of all of the bonus content. And the game itself is great fun, though motion controls here aren't perfect, so if absolute precision is your thing, it might not be the best pick, unlike Guitar Hero where you can aim for 100% mastery. This one's more about having fun and going with that flow. If you're cool with that though, I think it's a winner, and the Digital Deluxe Edition comes packed with extras, including a Sonic the Hedgehog music DLC pack, character costumes for Sonic, Tails, Space Channel 5, Super Monkey Ball and Puyo Puyo, plus more music from Sega fan favourites like RGG Studio and Rhythm Thief. And in the game itself, you'll be shaking your maracas to 40 hit songs across multiple genres, with even more arriving as post-launch paid DLC. So yeah, I think this one, if you want something rhythm-based, definitely worth a look. Demon Slayer Sweep the Board is 50% off and matching the low price, and if you're after a fun party game, it's a solid pick, though I wouldn't recommend it at full price transparently. It supports up to 4 players, both locally and online, making it a great option for casual multiplayer sessions, especially if you're a fan, of course, of the anime. But yeah, it's essentially a board game adaptation of Demon Slayer, featuring iconic locations and characters. You'll be rolling the dice to advance across the board, with the game switching between day and night. Daytime is spent preparing for battles through events and minigames, while night is all about hunting demons. So yeah, for fans of party games and Demon Slayer, it's definitely a fun time with friends, and at this price, it's much easier to justify. There is No Light is my pickup of the week then, meaning not a recommendation, rather maybe you'll want to join me for that ride. That said though, it looks special to me. Reviews have been solid, and at 60% off, matching the low price, I think it's a tempting one. It's a dark, atmospheric action RPG that takes place in a desolate underground world where humanity has built a new religious society after a global catastrophe. The people, they worship the Great Hand, a deity that descends every few years to take newborns to a hidden world beyond the sanctuary gates. Now you play as a father on a dangerous journey, fighting for a hostile world to bring his child back. The pixel art looks incredibly detailed, definitely has that kind of eerie tone that, reflects the world. And the combat is promising to be fast-paced and versatile, letting you switch between 4 different weapons to adapt to each encounter. Then expect, or at least it's promising, a story in the region of 30 hours, and it's going to be filled, narratively speaking, with family, war, and redemption. There's also 70 plus enemy types and bosses, and a karma system that changes the world based on your choices. Yeah, this one could be something special, so expect my thoughts after I do get time to check it out. Yakuza Kiwami is back on sale at 25% off and matching the low price. I've mentioned this one a lot recently, so I'll keep it quick, buy it. Love this series. If we want more on the Switch, which I think we do want, we need to support it. It's a solid port too. Definitely has some frame rate wobbles here and there, but overall it's more than fine in my opinion. And yeah, you take the fall for a murder. You spend 10 years in prison, then you return to a Yakuza world on the brink of war. What follows is an intense story of love, humanity, and betrayal with a heavy dose of humor, and yeah, an incredible world. It's at this bustling red light district where your fists generally do the talking. 13 Sentinels Aegis Rim is 75% off, and this game is an absolute masterpiece, one of the few 10 out of 10s on the channel. In fact, we featured 2 of those today, with Ori being the other. My full review is linked below, but if you haven't played this, you're missing out. This one, it's a blend of 2 genres, a 2D side-scrolling adventure game filled with gorgeous art and deep narrative storytelling, and then fast-paced top-down strategy combat where you command mechs against kaiju. The story is mind-blowing, with 13 playable characters and a non-linear structure that keeps you hooked as you slowly piece everything together. If you love sci-fi, mechs, or just incredible storytelling, it is a must-buy. Our winners of the week then for the 2 $10 eShop gift cards, they are on screen right now. Congrats on the win both. Email me for the code, and everyone else, drop a comment down below for your chance in next Saturday's video. Kingdom Come Deliverance Royal Edition is 65% off a new low price, and if you love deep, historically kind of grounded RPGs, it is a must-play. I just finished the sequel, and it is a masterpiece. I really hope it makes its way to the Switch too. But for now, we've got this fantastic port, and it shouldn't be missed. This is a story-driven open-world RPG that throws you into medieval Bohemia, a brutal and realistic world set during the Holy Roman Empire. Now you play as Henry, the son of a blacksmith, whose life is shattered when invaders slaughter his village. With no destiny of greatness, you train, fight, and survive in a world that doesn't care about you, carving your own path through war, intrigue, and survival. What makes this one special is it's just uncompromising realism, no magic or fantasy, just skill-based melee combat, deep role-playing systems, and real historical figures. Every decision here matters, influencing the world and how people react to you. And the Royal Edition then also includes all DLC, adding extra quests, characters, and storylines. So whether you want to fight, steal, persuade, or bribe your way through history, it's one of the most immersive medieval RPGs ever made. And that is the video down. What will you be adding to the library? Let me know in the comments. With that, subscribe, join us here for deals, reviews, news, and lists, basically all things Nintendo Switch. And yeah, I'll see you all on the next video. Cheers all.